All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the APP New Jersey Open. I am Adam Stone, and I will be commentating the Me, Myself, and I stream on Championship Court number 2 all day. We have a matchup right now, second round men's pro singles. Yates Johnson in the dark blue and black hat, and we have Marshall Brown in the light blue and the tan hat.
7-9.
Yeah. 7 serving 9, and game 1 side out, so 9-7 Marshall Brown out of Auburn, Alabama. Played club tennis and golf at University of Auburn. Great example of how you play the right way. Anyone can be relevant, in pickleball singles especially. Foot fault on Marshall there, but yes, as I mentioned, we have Yates Johnson. Played tennis at SMU, also played some pro doubles, got to top 200 in the world on the ATP Tour in doubles. Matching up against a club player from Alabama. Awesome to see. Nice backhand drive there from Yates. Marshall coming up short on the backhand volley into the tape. 9 apiece, game 1. Really nice job there. Yates Johnson switching over to one-handed after 2 very nice backhand drives. Great technique on both. Good extension out in front. And I believe that will give Yates Johnson a game point in game 1. Marshall Brown electing to go with a timeout. See if he can't freeze Yates with this match point. So guys, yes, we are at Veterans Park here in Hamilton Township, New Jersey. APP New Jersey Open, as I mentioned, a Tier 1 event. A massive men's singles draw today with about mid-30s players, maybe high 30s. So we got a long day ahead of us of singles action. He caught it in the corner there with the up-the-line backhand. Beautiful shot from Yates Johnson there. So fluid, so effortless on both sides of the ball, forehand and backhand with the ground strokes. Able to come up with some nice shots and a couple winners there in the last couple minutes of game 1 to seal the deal. We'll be moving on to game 2 right after this. Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. Round 2 men's singles pro action. Both of the fellas out there with really nice first round victories. Yates Johnson beating Gabriel Tardio, the young buck, 11-5 in the third, and Marshall Brown upsetting Jack Foster, APP stalwart in singles, and a very great win for both fellas in round 1. Little friendly roll from Yates there, starting off game 2. Marshall Brown going with the middle return. Yates Johnson hooking that just a little bit wide. Wow, great court coverage there from Yates Johnson, making Marshall Brown hit a few volleys. He was able to keep him on the hook, though, keep him on the string, and ended up putting one away cross court. Really great kitchen play there from Yates Johnson. 3 or 4 solid volleys there, some nice topspin. I thought the second one was gonna sail along. He was able to bring it back down, forcing Marshall into a very difficult situation. Wow, beautiful little wrist snap at the end there from Yates Johnson. A very nice deep return from Marshall Brown. Yates just a little bit on his back foot, but able to yank that thing cross court for a winner. Beautifully executed stroke. Looking for the exact same one there, but missed about 3 inches long. Oh, the old lefty switcheroo there from Yates. A nice job after a very good drop from Marshall Brown, forcing Yates to be a little extended. Chose to go with the left hand. Nice closing volley from Yates Johnson there. Marshall Brown off the court, looking for the winner, unable to capitalize. Beautiful hold there from Yates Johnson. Marshall Brown hoping he would take that ball up the line, able to get it cross court again. Obviously one of his favorites. We've already seen 3 or 4 in our early CC2 coverage. Nice and smooth. Marshall Brown a little bit late getting into the net off of that return on the ad side, the left side. Not able to get enough on that volley, and Yates Johnson pushing it right up the line for a winner. Marshall Brown getting skinny there, letting that ball go out. Marshall really looking for those middle returns early on in our coverage. Julian Arnold hobbling through the court. Had a battle over on CC1 with Rafa Hewitt. Ended about 15 minutes ago. Great match from them. Faked himself out. Held it long enough to get Marshall to move cross court. Able to get exactly what he wanted up the line, but sometimes when you hold that stroke a little longer, makes it more difficult to execute. A few inconsistencies can creep in. That's what happened there. Great drop there from Marshall Brown, but Yates able to get it deep, even though it was a very slow ball with not much pace, was able to get it deep, and that's all he needed to do there. Yates electing to go with a couple drops on that point. Been looking to rip most of his ground strokes on the previous points. Choosing to go a little bit slower in that point was not rewarded. That's a beautiful shot there from Yates, all set up from a very, very nice, deep initial shot. Sometimes you get those rewards from that depth later on in the point. Yates completely in control of that match. 3 or 4 shots later was able to finish. Nice volley from Marshall Brown. As I've mentioned, out of the Auburn, Alabama area. Went to the University of Auburn. Nice job, Marshall Brown there. In a little bit of trouble from that initial shot. Not the depth he wanted to early in that point. Was able to dig his way out of it from the kitchen line, play a couple soft shots, and then had the open volley to the open court. Nice recovery from him. Nice rip from Marshall Brown there. A little too delicate on the attempted drop volley from Yates. Nice job there. Way to get back and recover. Able to put away that backhand up the line. Nice and smooth from Yates Johnson. Missed cross-court forehand return from Marshall Brown. He elects to go with a timeout early in game 2. Hasn't quite gotten too hot yet today, but it will get there for sure this afternoon. Could be a battle of attrition from the fellas, especially in their deeper draw in this singles bracket. Already seen the guys over there rolling it out, using the Theragun, making sure they're staying hydrated and eating in between matches. Definitely going to be a big issue as we move along throughout the day. Five serving 3, game 2. Mentioned it a couple times now. Really kind of frustrating, to be honest, as a pickleball player. These guys out there with that easy power. Yates just so smooth, great technique. Ball really jumps off his paddle without him doing too much. A little jealous as he pushes that two-hander up the line there. All about that contact point and that footwork, that precision, hitting the sweet spot of the paddle. That's what really makes that ball jump, as opposed to just flat-out paddle speed. Marshall Brown with a little bit of a floating return can sometimes get your opponent out of rhythm. Changes eye level a little bit, created an error there from Yates. Nice adjustment. Had too easy there, leaving that drop up. Wow, really nice point from the fellas there. A little cat and mouse, some dinking and dunking. The advantage of the point switched a couple of times between the fellas throughout that one. Very nice. I think he changed his mind a little bit there, Marshall. He was able to get the side out at 3 serving 7, but sends it back over to Yates Johnson with a 7-3 lead. Nice ball there. Really liking Yates Johnson's frequencies. He likes that cross-court forehand as the moneymaker, but every 2 or 3 or 4 or so, he is switching his pattern and putting that ball inside out. Nice there. One up the line, one cross court, keeping Marshall Brown very much off balance, very much guessing what he is going to do. It's exactly the situation you want to put your opponent in. Who just missed it. Sticking his tongue out, can't believe it. Felt so good off the paddle, was unable to bring it in though. 3 serving 9. Marshall Brown saying 1 at a time. That's exactly the mindset he needs to have here. Nice stab there from Marshall. Pretty good rip there from Yates Johnson, able to neutralize it nicely from Brown. 4 serving 9. Completely fine with the cat and the mouse, kind of the dropping that Marshall's been going for. Just hasn't quite been able to execute him like he wants to, leaving him a little high, giving Yates a good opportunity on his first volleys. Yates with a gift there. Christmas come early for Marshall Brown. He will absolutely take it with this 5-point deficit, I believe, 4 serving 9. Much better initial drop from Marshall Brown. Was unable to get the second one down low at the feet. Great holds on those forehands. Really keeping Marshall Brown kind of at his mercy there. I don't know where it's going. Marshall doesn't know where it's going. A lot of court to cover when you don't get that head start or that little bit of extra early anticipation. Nice play there from Yates Johnson, kind of going with the middle pace volley. I think if he went for more pace on that shot, would have gave Marshall a better crack at it. So nice mid-pace offensive shot. A couple tries now at ending this game 2 and this match from Yates Johnson, unable to convert on those ground strokes, keeping Marshall in it. Wow, no one on the court thought that one was going to drop in. Great deep serve from Marshall, and somehow the return found the court from Yates, and he's rewarded with a match point. Oops. Yates getting to the kitchen line very quickly there, but Brown able to keep him off balance. Full extension. I understand that Marshall had a little help from the net there on that drop, but it was going to be a much better one. As I mentioned previously, sailing a few of those, giving Yates great opportunities at first volleys. So Marshall getting a little bit lower on that drop, forcing Yates to hit up on the ball is exactly what he needs to do. Looks like, I did not hear the call, but looks like Yates Johnson has taken a timeout. Kind of regroup. Hasn't really given up a lot of ground here. Able to get the side outs back, but has had several opportunities to finish and has been unable to. Kind of refocusing in the corner there. See if he can seal the deal. Bad luck on the tape there. Threw off his rhythm, his balance. Good initial drop, though, from Marshall Brown. It's a good ball right in the corner there from Yates Johnson to seal the deal. Took him a few tries, but he was able to get it done. Fantastic job by him, finishing in 2. We will be right back to championship court number 2 at the APP New Jersey Open after these words from our sponsors.
PPR is proud to be a partner with the APP Tour, which features 18 tournaments and more than $750,000 in prize money. Several PPR members play in APP tournaments throughout the year. Are you at least a 3.5 pickleball player? Then become certified to teach with PPR. Check out our website at www.pprpickleball.org. And as the saying goes, do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. So give us a call at 843-842-9777. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic matchup coming up. We have Julian Arnold and J.W. Johnson facing off in what I believe is a quarterfinal matchup. Julian Arnold just dispatching of Rafa Hewitt in the main draw on CC1. He did have a little bit of a calf issue in that match. Don't believe it was a pull. I think it just tightened up on him. So we will monitor that moving forward. Obviously, J.W. Johnson needs no introduction. The silver medalist last year at this New Jersey, APP New Jersey Open, I believe, with gold going to Zane Navratil last year. Looking to move one spot up on the podium this time around for J.W. Recent addition to the Franklin family, his whole Johnson family and the Franklin family signing with Franklin. He's got his nice new Franklin paddle over there ready to go. Very excited for this matchup. We have fire and ice here. This is like McEnroe Borg. We got Julian all over the place, beating him with energy, making sure he stays up mentally, leaks over into his actual game when he's able to keep that mental focus and that mental intensity. J.W. Johnson pretty much a flatliner, not showing too much emotion, positive or negative, throughout most of his matches. So we'll see how we get started here in this very, very interesting men's singles pro matchup quarterfinals. We have Andy the ref, absolute champion, legend, super skilled, certified referee, rocking the visor out there. About to get underway here in a minute or two on CC2, Championship Court 2 here at the APP New Jersey Open. Veterans Park, Hamilton Township, New Jersey. I have never been here before, so excited to be in New Jersey for the first time. Weather's beautiful. Heating up a little bit throughout the day, but pretty nice right now for the players. Julian Arnold giving me the stare down. He is my teammate in Major League Pickleball, the Mad Drops Pickleball Club. I was unable to compete this past time, but looking forward to competing in Ohio. Good eye from Julian. Nice middle return. Able to get himself a nice first volley. J.W. Johnson pushing that passing shot long. Big serve from Julian there, forcing the return error. Great crab walk there on the kitchen line from J.W. Johnson. Some nice shuffles. Less is more. Very efficient footwork. Nice little step in there. Patented two-hander from J.W. Moving nicely into the court, taking that ball early, taking Julian Arnold's time away from him. Great shot from Julian there, choosing to go body. Had a lot of time on that two-handed backhand, had a few different options. Chose to go body. JW neutralized it, but inside-out forehand on the next ball from Julian, able to seal the point. A little bit of a loose start here from JW. Couple uncharacteristic errors to see if Julian can take advantage. Nice pressure there from Julian, recognizing that his initial backhand drop was very nice, and he came forward, able to take the next ball out of the air, keep that pressure on JW. Almost had it. Nice volley from J-Dub. Julian Arnold, one of the quickest players on tour. Great footwork, great court coverage for not a lot of size. Ooh, just missed. A little conversation about the call. Julian thinking it caught, but Andy, the referee, confirming that the ball was out. That one right off the line from Julian, who is an avid poetry enthusiast. Reading, writing, all of it.
Why didn't they hit the hero shot? It's a great shot. Drop it and move it.
Singles pickleball, an individual sport, as you can see from that. Julian talking to himself in between points. You got no one else to talk to. Interesting with the slice attack there up the line from J.W. Johnson, hoping that Julian thought he was going to go cross court with a drop. Julian not biting. There's the andiamo. And like I said, whenever Julian looks over at me and makes eye contact, it does an andiamo. It makes me a little uncomfortable, but I do like it. Wow, great hands there from the full lunge forehand volley from J.W. Johnson. Very effective shot for him. He gets about as much power as anyone in the game. But Julian there with the hands. He can't believe it. Great cat and mouse point there from the fellas. Had a nice little backhand poke opportunity up the line, and just shot just got away from Julian there. 2 serving 5. Wow, unbelievable drops and court coverage there from J.W. Johnson. Julian Arnold in control throughout the point, and J.W. with just a little flick of the wrist at the end. Four serving 5. Julian telling himself no freebies. Absolutely true. Easier said than done, but make them earn it when you can. Nice job there from J.W. Johnson. Kind of almost in that little spot of whether I should let it bounce or take it out of the air. He chooses to reach in, poke that topspin backhand, and that took Julian's time away just enough to create the error on the next ball. Great combination there. The initial drop and the dink from the kitchen, very low and penetrating from JW. Like to see that in singles. You should go for a little bit more on those drops. Get a little more air, a little more margin for error in the doubles game. But in singles, you got to go for a little bit more. Nice job from Julian. Yeah, you got 2 players to cover that court in doubles, so safety first for sure. In singles, I think it's okay to have a little less margin for error and occasional error just so that your opponent cannot be in complete control off of your drops. Tough luck there from Julian. I think JW would have got a paddle on it, but he was not in a great position to hit a good first volley. That ball did catch the tape, though, and go wide, so we'll never know. Nice job there from JW, who I definitely think has the advantage in those cat and mouse, those kind of dink and dunk points. Julian more of a grip it and rip it type. And while JW can absolutely play the power game, having both of those options at his disposal. That's why he's one of the best. I like the idea from Julian, being aggressive, knowing that JW is going to go to that slice backhand there. I like the aggressive court positioning and the forward movement from Julian there. It's not as if he got a very easy shot to handle, but it's something that I think will be in his favor moving forward on that particular ball. Well, great return there from Julian Arnold, kind of changing up his pattern, gone to the backhand a couple times and rips a forehand to forehand return, throwing JW off a little bit. 5 serving 6. Really good first volley from JW. About all there is to say on that point. Julian Arnold continuing to talk to himself. I think that will be a recurring theme throughout this match. I do the same thing when I'm out there, especially in singles. Wow, beautiful carve there from Julian. Little side spin, a little back spin, forcing JW into a very tough spot there. Went for the little bit of a bailout around the post. Don't believe it was there. Great first volley from Julian. Julian telling himself this is the point. We will find out right now if that is true. Yeah, just too much touch and feel up there at the kitchen line on that point from JW. The almost effortless at times, very smooth, cool customer, JW Johnson, at a very young age, very impressive. Yeah, nice combination there. There's been a couple times where JW kind of does that crow hop moving forward, where he's, you know, almost as close to the kitchen line as the baseline when he's making contact with that ground stroke. It's a lot of pressure to be under if you cannot get that return deep. Julian Arnold taking a timeout here in the latter stages of game 1. See if he can tweak something or put himself in a little bit better position. Moving forward, JW just a little too tough in this first 5 to 7 minutes of game 1. Julian having a chat with Lauren Stratman. See if she's got some couple words of wisdom, couple nuggets over there. Might help Julian turn the tides here in game 1. Nice job by JW working that down the line spot with his forehand. 2 soft shots and then a roll past Julian, who was waiting for JW to hook that cross court. Never did. And that's very bad luck there from Julian Arnold, but I really like the return there. The return had more bite to it, had more depth. JW clips the tape, and that's just bad luck, but I like the initial shot from Julian putting himself in a better spot. It's another beautiful deep return there. One unlucky and one rewarded with the point there. Five serving 10. That's a beautiful, Very nice job of getting down low underneath that ball. Had a lot of shape to it. Able to go for more of an angle, Julian Arnold, because of that spin. There's the inside in. So that's a cross-court backhand and an inside-out forehand. Boom, boom. Let's see if he can ride this wave of little momentum he has going here. Got to give the kid credit there. Julian hit several fantastic shots throughout that point, but just so much pressure and so much efficient footwork at the kitchen line from J.W. Johnson, able to neutralize all of those shots from Julian. That's so good. Very nice job from J.W. Johnson. Very tough, highly contested game one. Fire and ice, Julian Arnold. J.W. Johnson will be right back with game two after a word from our sponsors. All right, welcome back, everyone. Game two, Julian Arnold serving to J.W. Johnson, who I was just chatting with in the end of game one changeover about his gluten-free diet. Julie Johnson, his mom, staying on it, making sure that happens. Mama Bear. It's a really nice return from J.W. Mentioned a couple times with a nice pattern to kind of return most of the balls to the backhand, but don't forget about that forehand. Make sure you push one over to the forehand side. Keep your opponent honest. Nice combination there from Julian. I'm not sure I would challenge J.W. Johnson's hands at the net as a sustainable strategy, but here and there, every now and then can be effective with it, as he was there with a great 1-2 combination at the body and then clean up on the next ball. Nice job there from Julian Arnold. After a very good drop after a lob, Julian able to pin J.W. back into that backhand corner, forcing him to hit a slice. And the next ball, Julian able to take out of the air beautifully. So tough to put that pressure forward with your movement, and then when your opponent gives you that perfect neutralizing ball at your feet to lay off and go soft with it. Just a very difficult thing to do. J.W. asking the ref if she saw it. She did not. calling that ball good on the far sideline. Julian can't believe it. Looking to make eye contact with someone so he can share and understand the pain of that miss. Wow, good stuff there. Fantastic shots from J.W. Johnson. Drives, drops, going to both sides of the court with his forehand and backhand. Julian neutralizing everything and able to get a cross-court forehand look to win the point. Fantastic job by Arnold. Just missed it. Same guy as they say. Play a beautiful point, miss a serve. That's pickleball in a nutshell right there. I mean, that's just unbelievable play from J.W. Johnson to be in that spot and put a slice volley an inch or two from the baseline is just unbelievable play from him. Wow. Great overhead, great volley is from Julian. He's not going anywhere. He might seem like a wild man out there, but I do think he's a mentally tough player. Just has a different way of going about it. Go, baby. Good try. Julian upset with himself for playing a lazy point as the self-proclaimed beat him with energy. He's going to take a timeout, see if he can't get his energy to a level that he needs it to be. I see him sitting on the bench from my vantage point here, and it looks like he has about 11 scrapes on his knees. Looking very much like Rob Cassidy right now, leaving some nice DNA on the court. So it's not going to be a lack of effort with this guy, that's for sure. If he can just keep that energy up and hold his smart play at the same time, that's that happy medium for Julian Arnold. Not always easy to accomplish when you're a fiery player like Julian. About to be back underway. Game 2, quarterfinal match, men's pro singles here at the APP New Jersey Open. We will have several hours of coverage here on championship court number 2, and then I will move into the booth with Lauren McLaughlin for some of the later day matches. That's the plan as of now.
Yeah, 1-1. Time in. 1-1. Point.
Missed first volley from Julian.
2-1.
Oh my God, that's just not right. That's just not right. Just some of the power and shot making these guys get from full extension with a lunge step is just beyond me. Tough court coverage there from J-Dub. Got the drop volley and then fell victim to the net. Even though I think Julian's shot probably would have been good either way. The let cord sealed the deal, sealed JW's fate.
1-3.
1 serving 3, game 2. Wow, great job there. The initial drop from Julian was fantastic. Able to get JW a little off balance and hitting up on the ball. Always a good combination.
2.
for success.
Side out.
Yeah, little ambitious there. Didn't have his legs underneath him. Didn't have that solid base and that solid balance. And when that happens, we often make an unforced error. A great angle there from Julian. Just having to keep that pressure on JW and hoping that JW will sail one of those backhands deep enough that Julian can take it out of the air with authority. Able to do it there. He had him. He had him transitioning a little bit, but going for a bit too much, catching the tape.
3-2. Side out.
Wow, great angle there from Julian Arnold, holding that backhand. No one knew where it was going to go, flipping it at the last second cross court. Julian saying everything you got, beat him with energy.
Side out.
Usually what happens when someone brings energy and getting themselves fired up, JW calmly plays the next point and wins it. Pretty normal pattern. Not giving away anything at all, just
3-2.
executing his shots to almost perfection that point. Same guy.
Timeout.
Timeout from
Timeout.
JW.
Receiver. 2-3.
A little bit of an odd spot, showing some form of wear on his face. Not exactly sure what's going on. He did screech his tires picking up that drop shot. I hope he didn't tweak anything or have an issue there. Kind of stepped awkwardly a time or two after that. So hopefully it's, maybe just some early tournament fatigue and catching his breath as opposed to something muscular he did on that retrieving that drop shot. We'll find out soon enough. He's got Gabe Tardio and Julian Johnson in his corner right now, asking if he needs anything.
Gotta leave it on the court. Come on.
Julian continuing to talk to himself, saying, "Leave it on the court. Give everything you have."
You each have one timeout remaining. Time in. 2-3.
2 serving 3, game 2.
Side out.
These guys just so tough at the kitchen line with their volleys. I feel like both players at multiple points have had very good drops, 3, 4, 5, 6 drops. But the control from the kitchen line from both players is just fantastic.
Side out.
Sink of 2. Come on. This point.
2-3.
Great overhead from JW. Feels like we've been playing this game, too, for 15 minutes, and it's 3 serving 2. Just a testament to how hard it is to score when you're serving, when you're playing quality competition. Wow, really good stuff there. All I could think that whole point is, man, I cover the court just like these guys. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Full extension, able to get power from full extension and take pace off the ball when you're at full extension. It's just unbelievable. I mean, that is a downy, soft carve there from Julian Arnold. JW not even that far behind the baseline, and Julian still able to execute that drop volley. Just a little slow getting forward from JW. Not quite right at the kitchen line, and a good drive from Julian Arnold to take that point.
3-4.
3 serving 4.
Point.
Two-handed backhand return called wide. No argument from JW. And I believe we have a lead for Julian Arnold here in game 2. We'll check with Andy, our wonderful referee.
Right.
4-4.
All tied up 4 apiece.
Side out.
A couple times now that Julian has missed that inside-out topspin drop.
Every point. Make them feel it.
4-4. Point.
Just great anticipation there from JW. Just making Julian feel like it's there. Julian seeing that little opportunity and going for it, but JW closing that gap beautifully.
Point.
So bad.
JW Johnson with the carve spin there. If you are unable to take that top or that slice backhand drop out of the air, really does some dancing when it hits the court.
Point.
Good look from Julian there. Unfortunately,
1 minute.
that singles Ernie is definitely something that there's not much coming back from if you don't execute that. So he had one crack at it there, unable to get it past JW Johnson, who has the whole court to work with. We have JW laying in the back of the court right now in the shade on this timeout from Julian. Julia Johnson bringing a towel over. Julian talking to Lauren Stratman here. Let's see what we have coming out of this timeout. Game 2.
Side out.
Nice penetrating return there from Julian Arnold. Had a lot of slice and depth and power. The trifecta. Interesting shot selection. Going with the lob from the midcourt. Dub too quick for that, as Julie Johnson says. Nice shot, Dub. I agree. Julian making the fake vomit gesture. Can't believe he missed it.
8-4.
Yeah, it's too good there. Too good. JW Johnson
So easy for him.
reading that drop instantly, knowing it was a good one and moving forward. Able to take the backhand out of the air on the next ball. It's a great combination by him. Great recognition.
Point.
Once again, full extension power. I mean, a lot of these balls I could get to, but to do what they can do with it at that full extension when they have almost no balance is very spectacular. Just like that, too good from JW. We were all knotted up early and middle parts of game 2, and just like that, JW pulls away with a fantastic 2 or 3 minutes. We will be right back with a word from our sponsors after this, guys. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Championship court number 2, APP New Jersey Open, Veterans Park, Hamilton Township, New Jersey. Happy to be here. My name is Adam Stone. We will be continuing to have coverage on CC2 for the next few hours before switching over to Championship Court 1 with Lauren McLaughlin. Great matchup here. We saw Yates Johnson a little bit earlier. He is now matched up with Federico Staxrud, one of the mainstays on the APP singles tour. Doubles game getting better, but singles game is right where it needs to be. Rocking that Yola paddle out of Naples, Florida. Does a lot of coaching and practicing with Simone Jargin. Played college tennis and is originally from Argentina. I believe he moved to the States in 2014. So excited to see what he can bring to the table here. I've only seen him play a couple times, even though he is very much been around these medal matches the last, I don't know, 6, 8, 9 months or so, making his presence well known on the APP tour. Trish Stewart is our referee for this match. A men's quarterfinal. Trish letting the fellas know to get into their positions. We are about to get underway. Mentioned Yates Johnson with the smooth ground strokes earlier in the day. See if those work to his advantage here in this matchup against Fed. We're going to call him Fed. Seems like everyone else does. Federico, I know, great court coverage and great shots on the run. Look forward to seeing a few of those. Really nice job in the mid-court there, getting himself forward, but Yates Johnson staying calm and collected. Just very smooth on that buggy whip. Just kind of holds it to the last second and flips through. Froze Federico Staxrud. Was not sure if Johnson was going to push it up the line or cross court. He went with the ladder and was rewarded for it. Great job getting forward there. Staxrud with the mid-pace forehand drive, able to get forward and take the next backhand out of the air, taking Johnson's time away beautifully. Missed return there from Yates Johnson. Great shape to the serve of Staxrud. He has spin, he has depth, and he has margin for error. Able to get some nice spin and net clearance with that Yola paddle, and able to bring it back down in the court from the spin. Already giving Yates a little bit of trouble with that serve. See if that continues. Dropped it in there nicely with the forehand volley, but even on that return, you saw Yates Johnson kind of going with the short hop and on the rise. A difficult return to execute. Definitely have a little bit of a lack of gates out here on the championship court 1 and 2. Seeing several pro players kind of shoot through in between points with the pro player tent here in the middle. Nice job from Staxrud there. I thought he was going to hold that and pull it cross court. Pushes the backhand up the line, and while it was not a clean winner, forces Yates Johnson into a tough forehand volley. Yates Johnson with the patented paddle flip timeout call, very popular amongst a lot of the pros. I think it was perfected by Irina Tereshchenko, where there is no words necessary. Just drop your paddle in disgust, and Trish Stewart, the referee, knows exactly what that means. See if Yates Johnson can get a little momentum here, maybe get Staksrud uncomfortable. About midway through this game one, Staksrud with a comfortable lead, getting some nice benefit from his serve. A couple missed returns from Yates Johnson, a couple short replies, and Staksrud knows exactly what to do with those.
One timeout remaining.
About to get back underway.
Time in, 6-1.
6 serving 1, game 1.
Point. 7-1.
Wow, great court coverage there. Yates Johnson doing often what I do when I play singles is commit a little bit too much to one volley. He hit a decent one, but left too much court open. Staksrud found it. Beautiful return and down the line put away from Yates Johnson, mixing up his return spot. Getting Staksrud off balance a little late, moving to his right.
1-8.
Great put away from Yates.
Side up.
Great volleys there. Nice crab walk on the kitchen. And when I say crab walk at the kitchen, I mean that lateral movement. Some combination of footwork and shuffling. Usually the optimal, most efficient footwork at the kitchen. We saw it beautifully from J.W. Johnson last round, and seen some fancy footwork up there from Staksrud as well. Not that time, though. Yates Johnson with a great forehand cross-court volley put away.
Side out.
Couple loose errors from Yates Johnson here. We saw him very consistent with that exact same shot in his previous match.
Side out.
Great volley there from Yates.
1-8.
Staksrud somehow able to keep that first volley in. I don't know how he did, and Yates doesn't know how he did either.
8-1.
8 serving 1. That's a beautiful inside out forehand there from Federico Staksrud. Holding it to the last minute, making his opponent guess.
9-1.
Oh, that's silly right there. Great return from Yates Johnson, and the full stretch banana ball was in the green until it landed in. Fantastic job by Staksrud curling that ball in using his spin very beautifully. So just like that, game 1 is over. It was a clinic from Federico Staksrud on nothing spectacular, but no freebies, no errors given to his opponent. Fantastic job by him. We'll be back with game 2 right after this. Welcome back, everyone. About to get underway here. Game 2, men's pro singles quarterfinal matchup. As I mentioned before we went to break, Federico Staxrud just rock solid as ever in that game 1. Only had a couple winners, just gave his opponent pretty much nothing to work with.
Gentlemen, this is game 2. Time in.
Very clean play.
Set up.
Quick side out early in game 2.
0-0. Point.
Nice hold and flip there. Once again, very impressed with what these players can do at full extension. Federico Staxrud able to get plenty of life on the ball, plenty of ability to pass his opponent from that extended
Point.
positioning. Very impressive stuff.
2-0.
Yeah, too good there from Yates Johnson. The hold and roll, held it as long as he could to keep Federico from having that early first step towards the ball. Made him think about that down the line ball before he rolled it cross court. Yates talking to himself a little bit at the back fence, trying to muster up some form of momentum in this match. Unable to achieve that so far.
Side out. Zero two. Side out.
2 serving 0. Yates Johnson going with a little touch of the spin serve there. I'm not sure how much it moved, but trying to flip that ball a little bit. Good try. Good initial return. First 2 shots of that rally were fantastic. Federico unable to come up with the third, going for the backhand drop.
Point.
He's human. Unforced error.
1-2. Point.
Nice serves there, and just like that, we're tied up at 2 apiece in game 2.
2. Side out.
Might have faked himself out a little bit on that one. Didn't quite get underneath enough after that loopy backswing, looking for some disguise and deception on that ball.
Point. Timeout receiver, 1 minute.
Timeout from Yates Johnson. Score is 4 serving 2 for Federico Staxrud. Couple 3 2-point runs to start this game 2. Quick 2-0 lead. Yates Johnson made that disappear quickly with a couple nice serves to get it to 2-2, and then boom, boom, Staxrud back with a 4-2 lead and the ball, looking to extend that 4-2 lead when he comes back after the timeout. Yates' brother calling him over to the sideline, dropping some words of wisdom here. Always nice when you got some family in your corner. Extra set of eyes from the outside looking in. Sometimes when you're in that moment, in that spot on court,
Receiver, 1 timeout.
hard to see a pattern or a strategy that might work from you. Some extra set of eyes on the outside looking in can definitely help. Oh, so close. Really liked the middle approach there and a good first volley, but topspin tumbling ball from the forehand of Staxrud. Unable to convert the drop volley.
Side up.
2 serving 5.
2-5.
It's big serve, big 1-2 combination there from Yates Johnson. Serve been a big factor for both players early in this
3-5.
game too.
Side up.
He missed it several though. 3 or 4 quality passing shots there from Yates Johnson. Stackstrud able to neutralize though.
3-5. Point. Excuse me. 5-3. Six 3. Side up.
Nice drop volley from Yates Johnson. I wouldn't say plenty of time, but Stackstrud definitely there. Screeching the tires, but unable to keep that drop off of the drop in the court. Pushed it a little wide. Yates Johnson with the call. No argument from Stackstrud. Johnson on the subsequent ball.
Point.
Nice ball there. Great job of getting inside of that ball. So not only does it have top spin, it has a little side spin tumbling away from his opponent. Oh, goodness gracious. That's just too good right there. Great return from Yates Johnson. The ability to hit a two-handed topspin ground stroke up the line there on his back foot is just that's a cap tipper there. Not much you can do as the opponent. Just hope he does not do that again. So Yates Johnson exhausting both of his timeouts in this game too. He has 0 remaining, 2 still for Federico Stackstrud.
All right, 15 seconds, gentlemen. 15 seconds.
As you guys can see, a lot of first strike pickleball in these singles points. We will see some dinking and dunking and some cat and mouse, but much more difficult to have the time to set up your points like you do in doubles.
Point.
Lots of big 1-2 combinations and quick points, as we saw right there.
9-3. Side up.
3 serving 9. Federico's serve, a couple inches back. No argument from him.
3-9. Side up.
Nice little alley there. Way to get skinny from Stackstrud on the
9-3.
ground stroke at the body.
Point.
Make him hit one more ball, as they say.
10-3. Side up.
Nice volley. Yates Johnson kind of joking with himself there. Where has that been throughout this game too?
3-10. Side up.
Jeez, beautiful cross-court slapper from Yates Johnson. Federico catching the tape with that volley. Sometimes when it rains, it pours. Oh, goodness gracious. And that's all it takes there. Federico with a very clean 2 games. I know Yates Johnson didn't play as clean as he wanted to, but Federico did not give him much. We will be back with another match in men's and women's pro singles Thursday here at the APP New Jersey Open after a word from our sponsors. See you soon.
PPR is proud to be a partner with the APP Tour, which features 18 tournaments and more than $750,000 in prize money. Several PPR members play in APP tournaments throughout the year. Are you at least a 3.5 pickleball player? Then become certified to teach with PPR. Check out our website at www.pprpickleball.org. And as the saying goes, do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. So give us a call at 843-842-9777. We look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, just waiting for some cola.
Oh, okay.
You didn't see him anywhere, did you?
I did not.
Yeah, I just called for some cola.
Doesn't match you now. Trying to get a ball. That court is the only practice court. Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Court CC2. Live, I got Lee Whitwell muttering things to me over here, always having a good time with her. So we have a fresh matchup. I wouldn't say about to get underway, but very soon. We have Johnson Cola and J.W. Johnson getting together for what I believe is a men's semifinal matchup. Was just in the player tent with the Johnson family, and I got some nice info here. J.W., not sure what these mean, but his two nicknames are Bobo and Buckwheat. So, just a little fun fact from Georgia and Julie Johnson there. We got Johnson Cola, the old man, the old singles man. I believe he's 42 years old, one of the only consistent competitors on the APP Tour in singles over the hill mark. A lot of respect for him and his game. Two twin daughters competed last weekend at the Major League Pickleball for the team Hard Eights. Made it to the elimination bracket, the final four teams, but went down in that one. Good run by him. J.W. Johnson, a member of the Florida Smash for Major League Pickleball. All of that action just happened last weekend, and one more stop on the MLP Tour in Ohio here in about 6 weeks, I believe. Plenty more stops on the APP Tour throughout the year. After this tournament in New Jersey, we have the Philadelphia Open, a Tier 2 event. We also have Tier 1 events in the Chicago Open and the Atlanta Metro Open, all in the next 4 weekends, those 5 weekends, those 3 tournaments. So lots of action, different parts of the country. Check out pickleballtournaments.com if you're interested. Still sign-ups for a lot of these APP Tour stops. So these two fellas very much in the mix at most of these APP Tour stops. They are comfortable with each other and their game styles, so this will be a very solid strategic match. Both players know what the other is going to give them, so we'll see who makes those who has that rock solid game plan coming in and who can make those adjustments if things are not going their way. We have Jack Feinberg as the referee, letting the fellas know that they have 2 minutes left. Johnson Cola, known for his spin serve. We'll see if he implements that throughout the match. A big weapon, whether it's singles or doubles, but especially in singles. Often getting those short returns. Only you and yourself out there, so covering that court twice as hard in singles to doubles. Big serves, short returns, definitely a recipe for success in this singles game. John Sincola saying he is good. About to get underway here. Championship Court 2. See what the fellas have in store for us. Very much looking forward to this matchup.
Win each game by 2-11. Time in, game 1, 0-0. Point.
We'll just blame that on the adjustment from the Franklin ball to the Dura ball from John Sincola. Going from MLP to the APP New Jersey Open.
Point.
I don't even know what that was. Was that one-handed or two-handed? Just a little flip of the wrist there for the cross-court backhand winner, J.W. Johnson.
2-0.
Wow, nice carves there from JW. Favorite shot on the backhand side when he's not ripping that two-hander. Able to play one inside out to the Sincola forehand, and then his favorite spot, the backhand carve cross court with a lot of spin.
0-3. Point.
Great shot there from Sincola. The inside-in forehand. Nice balance of power and spin there.
1-3.
Wow, goodness gracious, great point. JW forced to stay back. You very rarely see that. He hit the back fence with his backswing of his return. Wow, John Sincola somehow keeping that serve in. I think we all thought it was going to go long. Great job. JW missing the return. Nice run here from John Sincola. J.W. Johnson kind of waggling his head like, why me, on those last couple points. Good spin there. Ball did not come up at all, as Sincola mentioned.
3-4.
Nice recovery there after being a little off balance to his backhand side. JW going for the hard shot, but John was able to recover and get back over to that forehand side for a crisp volley. Nice, liking that spot on the inside in. That is 2 of the last 4 points with an inside out or inside in forehand winner.
5-3.
5 serving 3.
Oh, so high.
Slide out.
Nice court coverage there from JW. One of his, I think probably his biggest strengths there on the singles court. Very hard to pass and very hard to neutralize or get one of those drops down when he is moving along that kitchen line and keeping the pressure on.
5-3.
Mama Bear Julie Johnson pulling up his seat behind me. Check out JW here, midway through game 1.
3-5.
Nice feathery touch there from Sincola. Right before this match, that was the benefit of the Johnsons' clean eating. They got a salad with some Parmesan cheese on it. And they are a no dairy family, so I reaped the benefits of that. Turns out that they do not eat dairy or gluten, two of my favorite ingredients whenever I'm eating anything. So little slight contrast there.
Bad.
Sincola exclaiming that he's bad. I do not agree with him, but definitely set up a couple of these points in the last few and unable to make that last shot, execute that last shot. We definitely have a little bit of a breeze pickup here. The last 10-15 minutes, haven't noticed much in these earlier rounds, but we're getting a little breeze going. Obviously, we're playing with a wiffle ball here, so always good to monitor the breeze, know what side you're on, know if it's swirling. A huge, huge factor, and whoever adjusts to that win is often victorious. J-Dub looking for a little body blow there, unable to get it over the net. 5 serving 6. That's one of each, one on the backhand side, one on the forehand side, after a very nice deep approach shot. Really looking to execute that next one, getting what he wants. Nice carve backhand there from Sincola. JW throws his head back, can't believe he missed that drop.
5-6.
Great extension there from JW Johnson. Easily could have let that ball bounce, but elected to get that right paw in there with the backhand, take it out of the air and take John's time away. Wow, very nice job. I thought Sincola was going to play that backhand volley to the open court. Chose to go behind JW Johnson. I think that was a good choice.
5-6.
Way to get skinny there from John, knowing that ball was going to go out. Sometimes when you know it's going out, you still have to get out of the way. So nice job to get skinny. That's the one he's really looking for.
6-6.
JW missing the two-hander wide. Sincola not confident. He couldn't get to that volley, but had a little look on his face like he was worried about it, but it did fall a little wide. One of my favorite plays when you're playing a strong forehand player is don't always try to force that ball to his backhand.
Wow, that's great.
Occasionally mixing in that hard cross-court return to his forehand can mess with the player's timing and their footwork. Usually when a player has a good forehand, they are very used to players targeting their backhand. So running around or moving to their left to hit a right-handed forehand can be a very comfortable shot for that player. So nice job by JW mixing up his return frequencies and return patterns to keep Sincola a little bit out of rhythm. Sincola taking the timeout here at the end of game 1. Needs a little momentum shift if he is going to continue and clean up this game 1. JW with a nice lead here.
15 seconds. Receiver, you have 1 timeout left. Server, you have 2 timeouts left in the game. Time in, 7-6.
Actually, that was my mistake, only with a 7-6 lead. I thought the lead was a couple more points more significant than that, so Johnson Cola very much still in this game 1.
Better spots, man. Come on.
Nice try there. The positive and the negative. Sincola really hits a crisp inside out in forehand, but when he, hold on 1 second. When he hits that crisp inside out forehand, if he does not hit a clean winner or force JW into a tough volley, he really leaves a lot of open court. Yeah, he had JW leaning towards his forehand on the inside end. He picked a good spot, clipped the tape, unfortunately. Tough hands up there from JW Johnson. Kind of swatting at flies a little bit there up at the kitchen, but got it done.
8-6. Point.
Tough one there. Sincola having to decide whether to bounce that ball or take it out of the air.
10-6.
Letting it bounce got him a little off balance.
You're so bad, man. God.
Game.
Johnson Cola exclaiming he's so bad. Had some nice setups throughout that game and several really nice touch drop volleys, but unable to capitalize on the next ball on a few of those situations. JW Johnson taking game 1. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
All right, 15 seconds.
Welcome back, everyone. Jack Feinberg with the 15-second call, about to get underway in game 2.
Second game, 0-0.
Great shot there from Johnson Cole to start game 2, stepping inside the blue to make contact with that ground stroke. And really like that he went inside out.
1-0.
That's 2 there. We'll see if he continues this frequency or he starts playing some more inside-in balls. That's really the biggest pattern and the biggest decision for Johnson Cola. Wow, beautiful shot there. So, yes, as I mentioned, most important thing for Sincola with that big forehand is where he is going on that third shot after his serve. 3 straight inside-out forehands and 3 points to start game 2 from John.
3-0. Point.
A little lazy on the return there from JW, and we have a 4-0 lead.
0.
Nice shot from John. Great job. Got JW off balance initially with the spin serve. Great stroke and then a great ball to take it out of the air on the volley for the slap winner to finish the point.
Slide out.
Nice two-handed return from JW. Stopping the bleeding here and gets his first crack at serving in game 2. Unfortunately, he is down 0-5.
Slide out. 5-0.
Oh, hit it. It's so bad.
Zincola letting that go unsuccessfully because that dropped right in. JW staying back again after his return.
0-5.
Can't blame that one on hitting the fence.
Slide out.
What happened there? I couldn't see it land. Oh, wow, fantastic shot from Sincola. Was not positive if that dropped in or not, and it did.
5-0. Slide out.
Usually saying, JW doesn't need that luck, but starting off in this game too, I think it's exactly what he needed. See if he can springboard forward off of that fortunate roll.
Slide out.
Breeze held that in a little bit. Couple nice drops from JW Johnson, but Sincola staying the course, keeping the pressure on. Was rewarded with a nice let cord winner.
Point.
Great aggression and great being inside the court on these third shots from Sincola is very nice. We had a little shot chart showing where he's making contact much further into the court than he was in game 1. Taking that time away from JW, and you've seen JW struggling a little bit with some of his first and second volleys so far in this game.
Oh, that's so easy.
Slide out.
Yeah, Sincola exclaiming, "That's so easy." He did have a nice little transition ball there to approach the net. Nice shots there from Sincola. It's great court coverage from JW staying in that point. But Sincola a few times now with really good deception on that backhand drop volley.
7-0. Point.
Interesting with another stay back off the return and then a one-handed slap from JW on the backhand side.
Yeah, right on. Good ball.
Slide out.
maintaining the line on that return. Always a good strategy. So very nice job of exploding into the court from JW. Often takes that ball cross court, but pushing it up the line. Keeping Sincola. That's another one off the line there. Sincola with a miss hit on the return. Just like that, JW Johnson with a little bit of life here in game 2.
2-8.
3-point run. Sincola not happy with what has happened, transpired in the past 2 minutes. Even though he still has that 5-point lead, he is taking a timeout to see if he can stop that bleeding with JW narrowing the gap just a little bit here midway through game 2. I believe that is a 3-serving-8 for JW Johnson. Sincola with the lead. Looks like both players are ready.
15 seconds.
Jack Feinberg calling 15 seconds, about to get back underway in game 2.
2 timeouts left in the game.
3-serving-8.
Time in. 3-8. Point.
Beautiful shot there. Great out in front contact point. Just a nice smooth stroke. Cross court backhand JW Johnson. 4-8. Chipping away.
4-8.
Nice ball there. 5-8. Last 2 third shots from JW Johnson well into the blue. Love seeing that contact point far into the court. Great play there from Sincola, able to get it over to the forehand side. JW on the full stretch couldn't come up with that ground stroke pass.
5.
So good on the first one. I think John was exclaiming he should have came in behind it. That initial ball was fantastic, but the stab backhand volley from JW Johnson neutralizes, and he's rewarded getting the ball back. Wow, nice job. Fantastic deception on the initial shot from Johnson Cola. JW Johnson with the lovely third shot backhand slice drop, but Sincola stepping around it to hit a forehand. Oh, that was very close. Called good on the far sideline by JW Johnson.
9-5.
9-5. Yeah, in there. Thought it might float long for JW, but he snuck it in that back baseline.
5-9.
Johnson Cola taking that second timeout at 6-serving-9. JW Johnson serving. I think it's a smart play from Sincola. There's been a couple point runs here from JW, so he used that timeout to stop the bleeding early on, and he's using it again to hopefully keep JW at 6 points and get that ball back serving at 9. Can't take those timeouts with you, as they say. We will see if it's a good timeout or not. If he can get that side out, desperately needed side out in the latter stages of this game 2 action.
Receiver, you are out of timeouts for the game. Server, you still have 2 timeouts for the game. Time in. 6-9. Side out.
Nice penetrating return from Sincola. JW Johnson a little late on that two-handed backhand. Pushes it wide.
9-6.
Another fantastic return, one from Sincola and now one from Johnson. No damage done, holding Sincola at 9 and getting the ball back. Missed return. Chipping away. 79. Game 2, men's singles open semifinal action.
Point. 8-9.
Oh my goodness. J.W. Johnson, thinking he might have an around the post, goes with a interesting floaty slice up the line. Sincola couldn't quite get his feet underneath to stay balanced. Oh my goodness. Full stretch forehand. Somehow flipping that ball cross court, getting Sincola to full extension. We have a game point for J.W. Johnson. Oh my goodness, what a run for JW in game 2, down 8-2, and coming back with some beautiful serves and beautiful ground strokes to seal that deal in game 2. JW Johnson heading to the winner's bracket final. We'll be right back, Championship Court 2, after a word from our sponsors. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Adam Stone, championship court number 2, New Jersey, APP New Jersey Open. Let me find out exactly where we are. We're at Veterans Park, Hamilton Township, New Jersey. My first time here. Beautiful weather, great play out there today. Very excited to be here. Just finished up a men's semifinal match, and now we have, for the first time today, some ladies on CC2. We have Alex Trong and Heather Nobler. Alex Trong, one of the youngest competitors in the pro field, out of North Virginia, so pretty close to New Jersey. Drove through that last night on my way here from North Carolina. We have Heather Nobler out of Florida. I have played Alex a couple times in mixed, and I have seen her play a couple times. I have never had the pleasure of watching Heather Nobler, so we will get a look at her right now in this race to 15. Mentioned it earlier, definitely a smaller women's draw than men's draw. I think we had about 35 or so competitors in the men's. The women's draw significantly less, about 10 or 12 competitors. So we are definitely moving through that draw at a little bit more of a brisk pace than the fellas. Taking our last serves and returns here before we get going. Made a quick lunch order, multitasking in the booth. Definitely know that Alex enjoys hitting the ball hard, has some good ground strokes from my time on court with her in doubles. Moves well, looking for her to play an aggressive style in this race to 15. Had a little chat in between matches with J.W. Johnson. Definitely in a rough spot in that game, too, that we just saw with John Sincola. Kind of one of those situations where I think J.W. was mentally prepared for that game 3 and somehow ran a few points together and was able to capture it in 2. It's great when it works out that way. Doesn't always. Here we go. Let's play some ball. Nice slice return there from Alex Strong, and Heather Nobler with some good solid footwork to get underneath her for that cross-court backhand. You will notice the ladies, the female players, staying back a little bit more after their serve than the fellas. Alex questioning that call on the far sideline. Referee confirming the ball was out. Quick 3-0 lead from Heather Nobler. Nice deep groundies so far from Heather. Alex Strong looking to find her footing early in this race to 15. Things happen very quickly in pickleball in all formats, but in a game to 15, no room for a slow start.
Alex, come on, hit it.
The classic use of your own first name. Never happy with yourself when that's the case. That's a beautiful topspin roll there from Heather Nobler. Like the idea to approach the net there from Alex Strong, but her slice, instead of staying a little bit lower and more penetrating, kind of floated up, allowed Nobler the time to get where she needed to rip through that ball cross court for the winner.
5-0.
Really nice, powerful ground strokes early on here from Nobler, especially on that backhand side. Really nice, consistent contact point, driving through, using her body and her legs very nicely. So getting good depth and good power on those groundies early on. Let's see if Alex can get her out of rhythm somehow. Wind dying down, kind of coming and going. Early in the day, didn't feel much of anything. That last men's match caught a little bit of a wind swirl, and it's hanging around just a little bit. Continue to monitor that throughout the day. 6-0. Well played point from both ladies there. Alex Strong sneaking forward, able to finish the point with a nice drop volley.
0-6.
Nice delicate touch up at the kitchen. Great depth there from Nobler. If you can hear with the mic, some of that footwork, those adjustment steps from the ladies right before contact, some really quality footwork out there. Wow, that's smoked. Great weight transfer from back to front, stepping into the court, getting her lower body as well as her upper body involved on that shot, executed to perfection. Wow, great angle there. We are switching sides at 8-0 here in this race to 15. Just really well-struck groundies from Nobler starting off this match. Haven't seen her really looking to get forward too frequently, and with the patterns that have been happening so far, I don't really see why she would try to at this point. Able to create good pace and depth, and then also when getting pulled out wide, able to create angles for passing shots if Alex does choose to come forward. So a nice well-rounded approach from the back of the court from Heather Nobler in this game to 15.
8-0.
Wow, great shot. Nice court coverage. Kind of forced into a guess at one point in that rally and guessed correctly. Always nice. Yeah, I think it skipped right off the line on her. Nice return there from Alex Strong. Needs to get something going now.
0-9.
Down 0-9. Great footwork. Really setting up nicely for her strokes. Nobler looks to be quite comfortable on both wings as well. Always tough when there's not a lot to pick on from your opponent. Striking the ball cleanly on forehand and backhand side. Nice job there of drawing Nobler to the net, and then going with a little bit different strategy with a nice soft shot, forcing Nobler to bend, creating the air. Too much firepower there from Nobler. Nine serving 0. Nice angles, pulling Alex off of the court. Nice drop volley. Few different times that has been effective for Alex when she can make it to the net cleanly.
0-11.
Know that feeling. Feels like a little icing on the cake with a missed serve. Usually work against you, but a friendly net roll there for Trong.
0-11.
Nice pace from Nobler. As I mentioned, that combination of through the court depth and power and the occasional angle when she needs it has been overwhelming so far in this race to 15. That's a great ball from Alex Trong there. Not an easy one either. She was quite extended and able to take the pace off the ball beautifully in that tough position.
0-11.
Good look there. Trong able to get in, but Nobler with a nice look at a cross-court backhand pass. Caught the tape. It happens. Nice hold and whip through there from Nobler. Kind of gave that exaggerated shoulder turn like she was going to push that ball up the line. Opened up at the last second and able to rip it cross court. Good deception.
11-1.
Nice deep serve. Alex Strong going to take a timeout here.
12-1. 1 minute.
12 serving 1. All right, back to action after that brief timeout. Heather Nobler serving at 12-1.
Server, 2 timeouts left. Time in. 12-1.
Nice job by Trong. A couple times when she has weathered that storm and got Nobler to the kitchen. Very effective with a couple of those dinks and dunks at Nobler's feet. Right idea with Nobler very deep in the court there, but couldn't execute the inside out drop volley. Missed serve, sending the ball back to Trong.
112.
Nice job there. Good low approach from Alex Strong, forcing Nobler into a slice pass as opposed to a topspin pass, forcing her to reach for that ball. Missed return and a very small bit of momentum here for Trong. See if she can build on that. Maybe put a little bit of pressure. Maybe make Nobler feel her presence a little bit. It's a great combination there. The cross court, Trong able to track it down on the forehand side, but Nobler ready there for her second pass. Clean.
12-3. Whatever, dude. Come on.
Nice low side slice from Trong. Nobler unable to get underneath. Net mistake.
313.
A few times we've seen that backswing on the return clip the back fence here on CC2. Not sure if Nobler was going to follow that return in, but unable to do so after clipping her paddle. That cross-court backhand from Nobler has been the difference maker in this match. Able to pull it out whenever she needs to as a pass or as a regular ground stroke. Very effective with the pace and the depth and the consistency. Sails it long. Alex trying to create a little too much from the back of the court. Nice volley from Alex, saying, "I'm not done yet." Wow, really nice stuff there. High level ground strokes, a couple from each lady. Alex Strong able to sneak her way forward with a nice cross-court volley to seal the deal. Still alive. Still a long ways to go, but a nice sequence of points here from Alex Strong. Tough break there. No way she was going to get to that ball, whether it was going to be in or out, but after clipping the tape, throwing off her rhythm and staying in the court. Nice roll there. Way to make that decision early, whether to let that ball bounce or volley it. She stepped back, got her weight on that back foot, and went back forward with a great cross-court forehand. We do play Let's on the APP tour. Offensive timeout here, and a good one, I believe, from Heather Nobler. Definitely not in the danger zone yet, but Trong clawing back and getting a few points. Heather wanting to kind of lock in her strategy or her shot combination she's going to use with this match point on her paddle. Ladies heading back on court. Nobler serving. Game point.
Time in. 14-6.
Nice job, Alex Trong. Hanging around, hanging around. Serving it up at 6:14, a couple more, and this will officially be tight. Oh, wow, she got it. I thought she was in a little bit of trouble coming back across the court to cover that down the line shot from Nobler, but she was able to full extension forehand volley to the open court. Beautifully played.
7-14.
Oh, wow, I think Nobler kind of wanted to call it out, but wasn't sure, and then late getting forward for that drop volley. So here we are, 8-14. Oh, nice combination here from Alex Trong. 9 serving 14. We'll find out if it's too little too late. But either way, a good little run in the heart of this match for Alex. Great depth there. About 2 or 3 inches from baseline and sideline. Nobler unable to come up with the pass. And Alex Strong's in double digits, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. That negative energy early on switched to positive here for Alex. She sees a possible tie-up, 3 more points. It's a great approach. Just the depth and the pace from these shots from Alex in the last 5 minutes is like night and day to the beginning of this match.
12-14.
Wow, missed it long. Very nice drop volley from Alex. And Nobler is going to take her second and final timeout of this race to 15. Crazy runs in this match from both ladies. We often talk about pickleball being a game of runs and how quickly things happen, but these ladies taking it to a new extreme in this match. Often when we get down big and make a nice comeback, sometimes we kind of sputter out at the end, an often pattern that happens in pickleball. So let's see if Alex can burst through and possibly tie this thing up. So often get down 8-0, get it back to 8-8 or possibly even 9-8, end up losing that match. 13 serving 14. Unbelievable turn of events.
13-14.
Wow. Very interesting luck involved there with the let cord. And another match point for Heather Nobler.
14-13.
Oh, wow. And just a little too late for Alex Trong. Great runs, great ground strokes and passes from the ladies. Glad you hung out with us for that race to 15. We will be right back with another match after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. APP New Jersey Open. We have another race to 15 on our hands here. We had the ladies last round and the men this round. We have CJ Klinger out of Granville, Ohio against Frank Anthony Davis from Bridgeton, New Jersey, the local, the legend of the singles game, Thad, Frank Anthony Davis. So, veteran of the game who actually, fun fact, turns 34 today. It is his birthday against the young buck from Ohio. Very excited to see this matchup. Here we go. When I first started my pickleball career, I played Frank Anthony Davis plenty of times. I've only played CJ Klinger once, and that was on the doubles court, but definitely has a spectacular spin serve. It's a nice combination there from CJ Klinger. A beautiful spin serve, short return, and a nice inside-out forehand for the winner. CJ Klinger lost to Zane Navratil in the main draw to push him to the back draw. Frank Anthony Davis losing to John Sincola to push him to the back draw. The way this all works, though, these fellas have a chance to work their way back through the opportunity bracket and get back into medal contention later in this tournament. You heard it from Thad there. After all that great work, he does miss the passing shot. Frank Anthony Davis, known as one of the quickest players on tour. A former cornerback college football, no racket sport background whatsoever, calling an early timeout here in this race to 15. I wonder if he could possibly be struggling with something physically, or he's just getting a new paddle, or just taking a little break early in this match. We'll have to see how it all plays out. But either way, quick start from CJ Klinger. So it was a paddle switch from Frank Anthony Davis. Had a friend bring over his bag and grabbed a new paddle out of the bag. Andy Jones having to check that paddle as it was brought off the court on the court. Everything seems good to go, and back in action, 4-0, CJ Klinger to serve. Wow, it's fantastic job on the backhand, getting underneath that ball and getting a little hint of topspin. When you're going for those sharp angles, that topspin is a almost must. Wow, it's just really nice, low, crisp passing shots after good deep spin serves. The deadly combination in singles. CJ riding that wave right now. Yeah, left it a little too high. Frank Anthony Davis usually trying to avoid that 1-2 big serve, big return, more of a cat and mouse soft game player, dropping the ball, getting his opponents in uncomfortable positions and using that foot speed. Looking for the drop right there, unable to execute, but I would expect more of the same moving forward. Nice angle there from Frank after a fortunate let cord gave him a little extra time. As I mentioned before, we're at a bit of a lack of gates here on Championship 1 and 2. A couple players having to scoot through during action. Less than ideal, but we're rolling with it. Yep, too high there from Frank Anthony. On the drop, CJ knowing exactly what to do with that cross-court forehand. Giving, no matter how quick Frank is, not able to get to that one. A beautiful little cat and mouse from both fellas there. CJ getting Frank a little bit off balance, creating that pop-up, slapping that forehand up the middle. No confirmation of this, but Frank Anthony Davis definitely looking a little bit lame. Might have something going on physically. I'm not sure if that's a possible cramp or maybe some tightness somewhere in the lower legs, or possibly a tight lower back, which I know he's dealt with in the past. Like I said, no confirmation on that, but just from what I've seen from him so far in this match, I think he is favoring something.
There are 2 timeouts remaining. Receiver has no timeouts.
7-0 here in our race to 15. One more point for CJ Klinger to switch sides. Wow, nice job there. Great cross-court ball from Frank Anthony Davis. Neutralized nicely by Klinger. Frank looking for that Ernie on the next ball, but not being able to hit it crisp enough to get past Klinger, who's waiting in that open court to put a easy forehand volley away. Really nice job by Klinger, showing off some nice 1-2 first strike pickleball with a good serve and good powerful ground strokes, and also showing some ability up at the kitchen line to dink and dunk, and not totally relying on that power game. Some great variety from the youngster so far in this match.
Ready to get going? Time in. 8-0.
Nice job by CJ. Getting that pop-up and coming forward aggressively with his court positioning. Able to hit down on that finishing ball. Just a very small scream from a court behind us from Julian Andiamo Arnold.
0-9.
Nice job from Klinger. Full extension on that initial forehand into the kitchen. Did not wait for that ball to come to him. He went and got it. Took Frank's time away. Able to put away that inside out overhead on the next ball. Nice job by Frank. Some great cat and mouse there on the up the line dinks. No player wanted to commit to that cross-court ball. Frank finally committed to that cross-court forehand and was rewarded later in the point. Great spot there, inside out from Klinger. I think Frank was looking for him to possibly hook that ball to his backhand, but he pushed it inside out, perfectly placed. Nice hold there by CJ. Frank Anthony breaking to his forehand side, looking for the cross-court ball, but CJ was able to hold that and push it up the line at the last second, catching Frank off balance. 10-0. Nice job there by Frank, getting a little less floaty on his return, a little more penetrating. Ball got to CJ Klinger a little bit quicker. Klinger thinking that serve might go long, kind of held his ground there, did not approach the net after the return. I believe the first time we've seen him do that this match.
110.
Nice job by Frank. Back-to-back staybacks from Klinger. Two very good serves by Frank, but I would very much like to see him stay aggressive, especially with this big lead. Wow, great hands from Frank with the anticipation, reading 2 shots ahead there, knowing exactly what the youngster was going to do. Able to finish with that forehand. Great little chess match there. Quick shout out to Josie, Frank's wife, sick at home watching the live stream today. Hey, Josie. Great job by CJ Klinger, not just watching his wonderful drop, realizing it was a good one and starting forward, able to volley the next forehand out of the air. Great combination from him. Ooh, good try there. Nice dinking and dunking from Frank, trying to work his way back into this match. Staying positive. Says it right there on his paddle. Find the positive. Nice job sticking with it there from CJ. Josie on the chat saying sad she can't be there. No worries. You get to listen to me now, Josie. That's a little bonus for you. I believe CJ Klinger with the cardinal sin of pickleball right there, changing his mind, thinking about ripping it, going with the soft shot, catching it right in between. Just a really good serve there from Frank. That's 3 in the past 5 minutes or so, forcing CJ Klinger to stay back after his return. Great depth from Frank. Thought it was a fairly deceptive shot by Frank, but CJ Klinger right on it with the 2-handed backhand swinging volley.
11-4.
Klinger can't believe it, telling himself to get to the net, and Frank very much staying positive, giving him a little self-talk back at the baseline, saying this match is not over. Nice little freebie. Always welcomed.
5-11.
Close on the baseline. Frank looking down. Was unable to call it out. Tough break there. Frank with the good anticipation. Got exactly what he wanted to on that swinging forehand volley, but unfortunately caught the net.
What are you doing?
Frank very excited he did not hit that cleanly. Somehow dropped in for him. Oh, good court coverage by Frank. Couldn't come up with the last one. I was just wanting to say Frank Anthony Davis at his finest, but he couldn't come up with that last ball. Great job to make the youngster play a few extra shots, though.
12-5.
Nice job there by Frank, anticipating that cross-court ball. CJ Klinger gave it a little hitch in his stroke there, kind of looking for deception. I think he faked himself out instead of Frank.
5-12.
Left that ball high. So good from Frank. Deceptive little curling forehand coming inside the ball and pushing it away from CJ Klinger. Then finishing with a tasty little drop shot off the forehand side. CJ Klinger, smart move taking that timeout as Frank Anthony Davis is creeping back into this match. He's got his dad over there in his ear giving him some tips. Darren, they often RV to these tournaments. Father and son, very cool. Still a solid lead from CJ, but definitely the tables have turned a little bit in this match. The momentum all on his side now, shifting towards the veteran Frank. See if he can keep his foot on the gas and force the youngster into an uncomfortable spot. Maybe feel the pressure some.
15 seconds. Server, you have no timeouts remaining. Receiver has 1 timeout remaining.
Apply you 5 more seconds. Julian. Wave to the stream.
Julian waving to the stream. We appreciate that, Julian. Now get off the court.
Time in. 6-12.
6 serving 12.
Missed that. It's wide open.
Timeout.
Definitely, I agree with Frank there. Can't miss that because he did have CJ Klinger leaning to Klinger's forehand side. He did have quite a big chunk of court to work with there. Can't make that mistake. Nice volley there from Frank. Didn't get a point himself, but getting a nice side out to avoid his opponent, CJ, getting a point. Wow, great work there from the veteran Frank Anthony Davis. Not even really looking to come forward on those drops, just kind of hanging back, not allowing Klinger to hit down on the ball, looking for an error, and he was rewarded with one. Frank telling himself to fight. Go ball. Tough break there. Little miss hit on the drop. Solid return from CJ though. Didn't make it easy on Frank. It's a great ball from CJ there. Great deception on that tumbling forehand drop to Frank's forehand side. Nice top spin there, good control, forcing Frank out of balance. The spin serve got him again.
14-7.
Nice job there. Valiant comeback there from Frank Anthony Davis in the heart of that match after a very slow start. but the young buck from Ohio, a little too much to handle with the spin serve and the great ground strokes. We will be right back with another men's or women's singles match at the APP New Jersey Open after a word from our sponsors.